Alright, so I thought I'd make a tier list on the LRs in Dokkan Battle. Now, I'm trying to keep this as updated as I can. I realize there's actually two LRs that is not, I forgot to add on to here. I believe there's LR Turles, the new one, I think he's STR, and we got LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Right, I'll mention them towards the end where I think they would fit in comparison to the other LRs, but this should give you a good reference on the LRs that you want to have in your team when you go into a fight in Dokkan Battle, right? Obviously, all LRs are cool, but not all of them are created equal. There's some that are way better than other ones. So let's jump into that right now. Right off the bat, I think I got to get this out of the way, get this off my chest. That is absolute garbage. That is just human filth. You do not want that on your team. His leader skill is literally atrocious. That's literally his leader skill. His leader skill is just HP plus 150. I don't even see SSRs with leader skills that bad. He is garbage. He does not do anything. He just has cool art. Alright, with that out of the way, we can, not too far behind him, we have the LR androids, the originals. They're pretty bad. I'm pretty sure they were the second LR in the game, if I'm not mistaken, behind the SSR Goku. They're really bad. I was really excited to get them the first time. They're free to play. A lot of the free to play ones are pretty bad, around the D tier kind of range. Let's move on here with the LR, the first LR of the game. He's actually not so great either, but I would put he's definitely a little bit better than the androids, right? So again, I can only speak from personal experience here. I have across my JP and my global accounts maybe around, I want to say like 30, a little over 30 LRs, and there are obviously much more than 30. There's about like 69, I believe. But I've seen gameplay. I've used them as friends. I've checked out their stats, so I have a pretty good idea of where some of these cards land. If you disagree with me, just throw it in the comments below. Let's see, we have LR Ginyu. Now we have two LR Ginyus, right? We have this one and this one. They're both pretty bad. I've actually never played with this one before, but I'm pretty sure that I think he's a little bit better than this one. They're both pretty bad, so I'm gonna throw them both in D tier. Where do you go? There he is. Then we have LR Frieza. I have him as well. Funny thing, I actually got him in a day, even though it takes the same amount of medals to get LR Super Saiyan Goku than does him, but he takes way longer. The reason why is because I had the Ginyu team, and I was able to get bonus medals for pretty much every character, so I got him in one day, which was an awesome grind. He did let me down a little bit. I'm going to have to put him in the C tier. He's not anything too crazy. Now we're going to start moving on to the more powerful units here. We have LR Gohan, the first LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He's my first LR I think I've ever had. He is a very good unit, but and they did remodel his super attack, or ultra attack, sorry, I should say. Not the best unit in the game, but he is pretty good, so I think I'm gonna have to throw him right here in the B tier. Alright, so moving on, we have Majin Vegeta. I actually got him recently. He's alright. If I could, I would make a row kind of in between these ones, because he's not quite on Gohan's level, but he's not quite as bad as these guys. So I'm going to have to throw him over here in the B tier as well. I'm going to get to LR Broly in a second. I want to do the Hercule. He kind of caught my eye right here. This Hercule is pretty bad as well. Like really bad, but you can't get quite as bad as LR Piccolo, so I'm going to throw him in the D tier. It's just bad. This one, he is not aged phenomenally, and they kind of remade this card right over here. This one is actually way better, but he's still not pretty bad. He's still not bad. He's still a cool unit, perfect for the world tournaments in both global and JP. He attacks pretty much every single unit, so I think this Broly does that as well. So if you have him, perfect person to throw on your team. Literally makes it super easy. All you need to do is get him a super attack, and then game over, you win. As far as normal missions go, he's alright. He usually attacks twice, two super attacks. Nothing crazy. We start getting a little bit better over here. This unit is actually pretty good as well. I don't have him personally, but I've used him as a friend. They seem to be pretty good, but I'm a little bit iffy about throwing him an A. He's kind of like an A-B kind of thing. I'm going to skip them for a second. I'm going to go to LR Blue Vegito. The thing with this unit is that it is free to play, but he's actually, considering he's free to play, he's actually a really good unit. Like, I'm surprised. by how good he is. If you max him out, put him on a good team, he can hit a few mil, critical and casual as well. Also while I'm at it, I'm gonna throw the Tien and Chaozu down in D tier. They're nothing really special, nothing too crazy. Trunks and Goten, that's a tough one. They're pretty good, I'd say. So I throw them in B tier as well. As you can see, I'm saving the S's and the A's for the really good units. Actually, yeah, no, I think that's right. LR Super Saiyan Trunks, I'm gonna throw him in the C tier. Nothing too crazy. He's one of my first LRs that I've gotten as well on one of my global accounts. Not my main global account, on a side global account that I had. He was alright. Also nothing too crazy. Bojack is just bad. He's pretty bad. I have him as well, just bad. The 1000 Day Goku. He is actually really cool to throw on your team. I believe he has one of his stats increases health. That's pretty good. We have the Super Battle Road Gohan. A little bit of a disappointment, a lot of work for nothing. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He would kind of be in between a B and a C. I'll throw him in B. He's all right. A little bit. He's all right. Now these two units right here, these ones are really good. They have aged pretty well, and they recently remade these kind of units with the new Gogeta and Vegito right down here. Kind of updated versions of these ones, which I really love, but these two units are really good. I always run them on my teams. Super phenomenal. Moving on to the free-to-play Great Saiyaman and Woman. They're not great. I don't run them too often. Not great. Next we have Beerus and Whis. Now these ones are okay. They're, again, nothing special. We have Bardock. I think there's two LR Bardocks. Yeah, right here. Bardock's team, and then just Bardock himself. Bardock, again, was a little bit of a disappointment as well. I maxed him out and everything, and he did not perform as well as I had hoped. Now we have the free-to-play Super Saiyan Trunks, which is a little bit worse than the other Super Saiyan Trunks, so I'm going to throw him a tier below. Now we have Future Trunks and Future Mai. Now, this unit's kind of weird, because I never expected them to... Like, Future Mai is probably one of the weakest characters in the show, and Trunks doesn't even transform in this card, but that's just me. The card is alright. He's definitely a C tier. Now we reach the Super Saiyan 4s. Now the thing is that these guys were super hype when they came out, but especially Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, he's let me down a little bit. I thought it was the teams that I was running him on, but I put him on like an all Vegeta's family team. I try to like fulfill his leader skill needs, and he has really let me down. So unfortunately, these guys are actually gonna be in two different tiers. Surprisingly, I'm gonna throw Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the A tier. Even though they have very similar stats, I guess you could say, and similar skills, majority of the time Goku performs better than the Vegeta. It's just a sad truth. Moving on, we have also I forgot to mention that they have the counter ability, which is really good, which is part of the reason why they're pretty high on the list. We have Metacooler now. Now we have Metacooler. He's another unit that you get free to play for the most part. You just have to do the Super Clash thing, and get a bunch of those purple orbs. He's okay, especially throwing the Wicked Family, I believe, team. He's pretty good along with some of the other Metacoolers. But the thing is that the other Metacoolers and literally the transformable cooler is better than this LR cooler. So sad to say, I'm gonna have to throw him right here in the D tier. Not too great. We have the Super Battle Road Goku. Again, also a bit of a disappointment. Actually, I'm gonna bring the Gohan down a bit. I think the Goku's a little bit better than the Gohan. Now we have two cells here. Hold up, I just forget which one's which. I know I have... No, this one's I'm pretty sure this one's the transforming cell. This is the cell with the Cell Juniors, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But these two are pretty good units as well. I believe that the one with the transforming one is a little bit better than the one with the Cell Juniors. So I'm going to throw him in a B tier. Now, before I continue on, I just wanted to say that, again, these are based on my personal opinion and my personal experiences. This is not exact, although I'm trying to make it as accurate as how I feel as possible. I'm not only including their base stats, that would be a different tier list. I'm including how easily applicable they are to teams, like some of these units right here are more easily applied to more teams than, for example, this Piccolo or the androids, right? And also their skill sets, like for example, you have the INT, LR, Goku, and Vegeta that transforms into Vegito. You get all your health back, and they can counter. This one has insane defense, and this one also has a countering mechanism. So I'm trying to factor everything included. Overall, some of these LRs are just better than the other ones. But if you have different opinions, just let me know. Oh, we have LR, Goku, and Frieza. Insane unit. It's either an A or an S. I think I'm gonna give him an S, and the reason why is he's not as easily applicable to some teams as these two are, because he's tournament power and the representatives of Universe 7. But when you do have him on a really good team, like I know there's one of the missions where you have to hit 77 million, and especially at the time of his launch, he was one of the only cards that could do that. Like, these cards cannot hit nearly as high as him. Under ideal conditions, you can really hit some insane numbers with him. Now we have the free-to-play LR Super Saiyan Vegeta. Again, most of the free-to-play LRs are not too crazy. He's about the same level as some of the other free-to-play LRs. Now, this looking back, I see that some of these are not exactly equal, but they're around the same level, right? Like, for example, the Cell and I think the Bardock would be like obviously better than the Frieza and the Goku, but for the most part, they're on the same level. They're definitely under these guys, I'd say, and above these ones right here. They're around the same level. Just keep that in mind. We have the Yamcha and we have Puar. I'm gonna get back to that one in 1 second. I really want to do the Oob, because I actually just got Oob on my JP account, I believe, and I haven't gotten to use him too much, but he seems to be really cool. I really like his transforming mechanism. You don't see a lot of free-to-play LRs that can transform, so because of his transforming mechanism, I'm gonna throw him a little bit above the rest of the free-to-plays up here in the B tier. Yamcha and Puar, that's more of a joke. Pan is surprisingly better than I thought and think that she deserves to be. LR Frieza is actually pretty good as well. No complaints about him. I have never really used this unit or used it as a partner, but looking at its stats and such, I'm gonna assume it's around a C-D tier. I'm gonna throw it D tier, just in case. Nobody's ever really hyped it up or anything. Nobody's really cared about getting that unit. Let's see. Any ones I really want to get out of the way? These ones are pretty bad. These guys are a little bit underrated. Not anything too crazy again. I'll probably throw them in the C tier. Now we have Baby Vegeta. This is an interesting one. I really like this card. I think he transforms, correct me if I'm wrong, into the Golden Great Ape. Really cool unit. I'm actually going to throw him in A tier. Again, and Gohan and Goten are definitely A tier. They are fantastic. I love their ultimate attack. Now, Kale and Khalifa can hit insane numbers, like absolutely insane, rivaling these ones over here, so definitely up there. LR Broly, the new one, right? LR Broly is a fantastic unit. He actually transforms. No complaints. A tier. A little bit limiting on what teams you can throw him on, but definitely A tier. Now we have the free-to-play Mecha Frieza and King Cold. Now the thing with this card right here is that you also have to do the Super Clash to get it. Never really focused on getting him, but they're slightly more expensive than Oob. I would assume they're around the same level, but then again they don't transform. I don't want to throw them on the level as this paid to play LR right here. We have the free-to-play LR Imperfect Cell, again around the same level as some of the other free-to-play ones. Now this card and this card, I don't even think I'm pretty sure this one's somewhat new. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. So I'm just gonna throw that one there. Not familiar with that one. This one I'm not too familiar with. I believe this one's a D tier as well. Now, Transforming Gohan. Now this card was really good, but they decided to kind of remake this card, and they remade it in a way that you can have them both on the same team, because this one's just Super Saiyan, that's Super Saiyan 2. He transforms, definitely an A tier, fantastic. Just kind of hard to get his transform conditions met. King Piccolo, nothing too crazy, C tier. Now we have Android 16 through 18. I have this unit as well. They're pretty good. I think they realized that these androids right here were super outdated, super awful. Even at the time when there wasn't that many LRs, they were bad. So I'm really glad they kind of remade them. Now we're reaching some of the better cards, I'd say. We have Super Saiyan Red here. I'm going to throw him A tier, fantastic unit. Not quite as good as these three, I'd say, but they're kind of below S. I don't know, these ones right here are fantastic, but I'd still say that they're A tier, more or less. Another A tier unit, no complaints, really good. These two, definitely S. Definitely S. They're just slightly better variations of these two cards right here. They go blue. Fantastic units, love them. I use this one on my fusion team, that one on my Patara team. I even sometimes throw him on my fusion team, but obviously Patara units don't do as well in fusion teams. He's definitely in A tier, goes very well with this unit right here. This one's a little bit better though. You know what, actually, I think I overrated this one slightly. I think that one's definitely better. I'm going to throw him down a bit. Let's take a look here. LR Krillin, a little bit of a joke, definitely better than LR Hercule. Then we have the Broly, LR Broly, it's strong B tier. Ooh, this one's a kind of a cool one because he's free to play, but he does have an extra few awakenings, so you can awaken him a few more super attack levels, I believe. So he would usually be a C, but I'd throw him into A. We have Bardock's team here, another free-to-play unit that's kind of hard to get, actually. I got him a little bit disappointed, but he is fun to play in a Bardock team. I'm going to throw him in a C tier. This is a pretty new unit, actually. I kind of like it, but nothing too crazy. Not quite as good as some of these LRs, I'd say. Ooh, LR UI Omen Goku. Definitely A. Fantastic unit. LR Jiren also A, kind of limiting on teams, but really good unit. This one has huge flexibility and is insanely powerful, so I would dare to say that they're up there as well. Now we're approaching our last two, which are some of the more recent units. I was kind of surprised by this one because we had 2 Goku and Vegeta units already, and then they remade them. So and then they gave us the blue variation, so I wasn't expecting to do another one on their base form that just becomes Vegito again. But kind of, again, remaking this one right here, the INT, into an STR. This one's definitely way better than the other one, so definitely S tier as well. This came out at the same time. He also transforms a few times. This is kind of not as limiting on teams. He's a good leader, but I wouldn't really dare to say he's as good as the STR Vegito here, so I would throw him in the A tier. Now there's the 2 units that I mentioned that I did not see on here, the LR Turtles and the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta. Now where I would throw them, I don't really know too much about either of them, but judging from what I've seen, I would say LR Turles is around a C or a B tier. Maybe more of a C tier, I'd say, and the Vegeta is definitely a strong B tier. So yeah, those are all the LRs ranked. I hope that helped you. If you got any of these units, definitely let me know, and this will give you a good idea of the ones that you will try to get over the other ones, because sometimes it's hard to prioritize when there's multiple LRs that you're trying to get on different banners. This should give you a good idea of ones that are more convenient to use and the ones that you really should be looking forward to using. So yeah, I appreciate you guys checking it out, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.